Yeah, I was living here with my family at the time. And I don't think I'd ever wish one like that on anyone. It was a scary experience. I've always heard my parents talk about feeling earthquakes. I've never felt one until the 1964. And believe me, it was strong. I just had no idea what was going on.
Uh-huh. What were you doing? Do you remember?
I was in one of the clothing stores at the time that it struck.
Downtown?
Yeah, but it was so intense. You know, the waves in the ground. Just like waves on the ocean rolling through the ground here, probably 3 feet high. And I come out of that store and I tried running up home. At that time I lived right above where the Westmark is now. You couldn't even begin to run in it. It was just impossible.
I remember we had lumber on the dock and was loading this flatbed. Another fellow I hired to help me. We were loading it when suddenly the earthquakes began to erupt. And it was backed against the dock, and I thought, this is going to be exciting. I'd like to watch something move. So I heard the trees will wave back and forth. Quakes. I looked around, couldn't see any big enough trees around, even powerful, so I didn't notice them close enough. But the sensation was that I was like the dock was like standing on a skiff. When the surf, a wake goes by and it waves you up and down. And that's how it felt standing on that dock. And the truck was just bouncing back and forth, bumping against the dock. And so we asked each other, I wonder if they felt something like this in town. So we finished our load out. We loaded up full with this lumber and drove to town. And as we came around Dead Man's Curve, we saw a helicopter or two circling and boats circling around in the harbor, moving out to a base. And it just looked like something was wrong. And we didn't know, never dreamed that tidal waves accompany earthquakes.
The day of the tsunami, I'd come home from delivering papers. And it was a pretty nice day. And we just walked in the porch, and I was watching a neighbor across the street. They were playing kickball in an open field that we used to use regularly right across from my parents' house. And I watched a friend of mine, neighbor Gary Lester, go to kick the ball, and next thing he was sitting on his butt, and the ground was moving up and down. And stuff started bumping out of the cupboards, and dishes started breaking, and my mother was in a panic, and we grabbed my younger brother and sister and ran outside. And shortly after, it stopped. And probably the most striking thing about the tsunami or the earthquake was the noise. The sound level was just unbelievable. I don't think it's something you could ever reproduce or simulate. As loud as an earthquake can be, and to hear the earth moving like that. It was pretty memorable. It's the kind of thing you never forget.